And then this horse, American Pharoah, comes. It really made me emotional. And this horse showed me, as a 2-year-old, he came off the farm. They said, man, they were raving about this horse, American Pharoah. And when I got him, he was working well. You know, he was working pretty good. I got him down to Del Mar, and I worked him. We have blinkers, like the cover. You know, you've seen him where they can't see behind him. And he was a little bit of a head case. He was just always all fidgety, and he was just not. And I remember one of my rider, Martin Garcia, who rides a lot of my good horses, he worked him one day, and he was working with another horse. He was trying to get out, and he came back. He says, "This horse, he's muy stupido." I'll never forget when he said that. I go,
now, will you translate that for us?
Stupido, right? So, and I go, really? He says, yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's just everywhere. He wants to run off. He's, you know, like unmanageable. But I had to run him in this big race. So I'm sitting in my box, and my wife, Jill, she's sitting there with me. She loves these, and she's just so emotional. She is so connected with these horses. She goes, so how do we look here? I mean, what do you think? He said, everybody's been talking about this horse. I said, he is the best 2-year-old that I have. And so she goes, and she gets all nervous and stuff. So he breaks, he doesn't break, and he's a mess in the paddock. He's all hot, he's fidgety, he's just acting like a stupido, you know? And so he goes to the gate, all of a sudden he's just empty. And he runs 5th. My wife, she says, if this is our best 2-year-old, we're fucked. And so...
Thank you, honey.
And so she goes, it's going to be a long summer. So we take him, we school him to the paddock, and we notice the handler, we're taking him up there. He's like, every time he hears a noise, there's tractors, and he jumps sideways, and we thought, man, the noise is killing him. So we put some cotton balls in his ears. You know, a lot of they'll do that. Like Zenyatta, they used to put, you'll see with the white cotton balls, but it's sort of, to me, it's sort of like a cop-out, you know, like I'm gonna use a cop-out, it's more of like, you know, so we put the cotton, and he seemed like, and I took the blinkers off, and we schooled him, and he was perfect, the cotton balls. So I came back, and I breezed him, and he worked great. So I told the owners, you know what, I'm gonna run him back in the grade 1 race, it's futurity, but I never have done that before, off a bad race like that, so a maiden. So I put Victor Espinosa on there, because my jockey was riding another horse, and I told Victor, you know, he's got a head case, just get him running away from there and see what he does, you know, so. And this horse breaks, and he just destroys the field. But when I saw the way he won it, it was like, so I couldn't wait to talk to Victor Espinosa, so I saw him about 3-4 days later, and I said, you know, Victor, you've won some of those races for me. Is it me, or I've never had a horse do what he did. He said, wow. He says, man, I've never, you know, he knew right there, this is a special horse. And so then he came back, but I remember when he was coming back on the TV, you could see the white cotton in his ears. And I had a friend call me, their trainer, he goes, oh, you're such a puss. You put cotton in his ears. You know, like.
So after all those near misses, near makes,
American Pharoah and Victor Espinosa have won.
American Pharoah wins the Kentucky Derby.
And American Pharoah and Victor Espinosa have won.
Wins the Preakness. Now you're at the Belmont. You're right there again, that close to the Triple Crown. What was that like?
And you know, New York is tough. Every time, I told my son Bodie, now, when we go there, you know, there's going to be people like heckling me. They're going to tell me that, you know, I remember Point Given when I took him to the Belmont. I warned my son Canyon at the time, he was 12. You know, they're going to say some bad things about your dad, but they're just having fun, they're drinking, having fun. And I remember him saying, oh, Dad, did you hear that one guy said, Baffert, you're an overrated piece of shit, Dad. You're like, yeah, you know. And Bodie goes, I can't wait to hear what they say You know, like usually they say, not today, Bob, or whatever. And we walked up there, and there was not one negative thing, not one. Everybody sort of felt like this was the one.
American Pharoah makes his run for glory as they come into the final furlong. Frosted is second with 1/8 of a mile to go. American Pharoah's got a 2-length lead. Frosted is all out at the 16th pole. And here it is. The 37-year wait is over. American Pharoah is finally the one. American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown.
Wow. It's just, even for somebody that's not tied to it, it's impossible to watch that video and not get chills. And I don't know what it is about that sport. It's Sport of Kings, and, you know, there's something about that horse that I think it feels like part of him belongs to all of us. And
that was the money shot right there.
I mean, does that say it all with Bodie?
Yeah, it was like he was so nervous for the Kentucky Derby, and he wanted to win it so bad. And then winning that, it was like, you know, I was thinking of my parents. They would have loved it. They would have. My mother, she was like, you know, she was always telling me, honey, I'm lighting candles for you. We're, you know, really, you know, tight Catholic family, and I mean, she just lit candles. I'm surprised she didn't burn the house down, you know, but she always had candles going, and, you know, anything for luck. You know, you just get very, but for some reason, I just felt that they were somehow, like, connected with this horse, and that's why there's something about this horse that he's just very, he's just so cool. He walks up there, and it's like nothing bothers him. You know, the horse that turned out to be El Stupido, he's just the smartest horse. And so he has really spoiled me.